Our zinc profile looks like this. This is 1/2 inch zinc, and in cross section it's different looking to a lead profile, but it's very light and easy to cut. In order to cut it, you'll need a jig with a 45-degree angle. You'll find them in hardware stores. This one is a very cheap and cheerful one with simple little clamps to hold your zinc in place. You'll also need a hacksaw with a metal blade suitable for cutting metal. So in order to create our miters, we offer our zinc profile up into the jig and we secure it in place with our clamps. And then we very carefully miter our first 45-degree angle. You don't need to apply a great deal of pressure when using the saw because it's quite easy to crush the zinc. So just take your time and allow the saw to do its job. Once the miter has been cut, use a metal file to get rid of any excess burrs or pieces of metal left on the zinc, and then return it to your workstation. I've now cut 2 lengths of zinc and I have mitered both corners so they fit neatly into our battens here, which I've already put in place. And you can see here that's just a really nice miter joint ready to take our glass. We also want to put our cartoon in place, and we want our cartoon to line up with our zinc outer surround. How do we do that? The easiest way to do that is to take a piece of glass, put it into your zinc profile like this. It just slips nicely in place, and offer it up to your cartoon so that it sits in exactly the right position here, and then mark the outside of the zinc edge here. And this distance here is the amount of paper that you have to leave in order to align the cartoon up correctly. Zinc comes in different size profiles, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4, etc. This happens to be a 1/2 inch profile zinc. So your zinc profile may be a slightly different size to mine here. So using this simple technique of placing the glass on your cartoon, in this instance, when it's a 1/2 inch piece of zinc, we need to add an extra 7 millimeters to this outside perimeter all the way around, and that will accommodate our zinc profile. So I'm just going to mark that up now and cut out our cartoon to get it to the correct size. So this additional edge of the paper will sit nicely in line with our battens once we cut it down to size. So we've cut our cartoon down and we're going to offer it up into position next to our battens here. And then we're going to put our zinc profile on the outside edge like this, and we know that our cartoon fits perfectly with our 1/2 inch zinc profile. Put a couple of nails in place to hold it, and then we can begin leading the window in the way that we have with our other examples that we've been working on. So we're in place now, and we can offer up our first piece of glass, and it should just snap into place with a satisfactory snap, and carefully offer it in on both sides. This is where our neoprene hammers come in really usefully, because we're just going to tap our glass carefully into position. So we're now securely set up to start lighting up. Now that we've leaded the panel together, we need to be able to miter our outside edges of zinc. In order to do that, if you have a small piece of zinc, offer it up against the edge of the next joint and mark the intersection where the 2 corners meet, this inside edge here. And then just draw a line to remind yourself that that is exactly where you need to cut the line. The angle will be taken care of by the jig so that we will get that nice 45-degree angle. But I'm just making sure that I can butt up easily against that piece here. So this piece now has to come out, and we have to miter it at a 45-degree angle. So I've now mitered this edge at a 45-degree angle. I've cut a length for the top section, and again mitered that at a 45-degree angle. So let's just offer them up together and make sure it's a good fit. So in order to get a good join between the outside perimeter of zinc and your lead, cut the lead back at least 3 millimeters from the edge of the glass so that the zinc has room to pop on across the glass and make a nice neat joint with the lead. So that's now in place. Let's just make sure that we're still square. So again, we're offering another piece of zinc up against this piece here, and we're marking the intersection on the inside edge and drawing a line just to remind ourselves that that's the angle that we want. So I'm now going to miter this top section. Soldering zinc is exactly the same as soldering lead. It has a slightly higher melting point, so you're less likely to burn the zinc, but you can burn it and it will melt, so just be a little bit careful, as always, with the temperature settings for your iron. I'm using a Heiko iron here, again set at 360 on the dial, so I'm going to use that along with some paste flux. The paste flux I find to be most useful for working with zinc, and again you just apply a small amount of paste to each of the 4 corners in addition to paste on the lead sections as well, and you want to make sure that the leads butt up nicely to the edges of the zinc. Ensure that you have as few gaps as possible between the zinc and the lead, and also between the joints between the leads as well. Again, using my 60-40 blowpipe solder and wearing a mask, we're ready to go. So here we have our finished soldered zinc panel, and it's a good example to show what zinc can bring to the party in terms of the finish. It's a really nice finish to the piece. It's robust and strong. Zinc has a strength that's higher than lead, so it really works well as a sort of surrounding frame holding your decorative panel in place.
This video is part of my new Stained Glass Making 101 online course, available now. It's designed for everyone who wants to make beautiful stained glass panels just like these. With 25 pre-recorded tutorials, it's perfect for teaching you everything you need to make beautiful stained glass panels. Click the link below this video to find out more. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.